welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose, and in today's video I'm diving into updating my July 31st paycheck budget. So if you are new or if you're returning and this sounds like something that you want to follow along with me, please stick around. Okay, so you are looking at my July 31st paycheck budget, and before I get into any updates, I just want to bring attention to the fact that my budget was over by $1,561.76. I transferred $1,500 from my emergency fund. So this was a conversation that I had with my husband, and his idea was to tap into the emergency fund rather than charging a credit card like I initially planned to do. So that's what I did. So let me just update my savings and sinking funds tracker because I don't want to forget that. So for the month of July, I removed $1,500. So I only have $137.25 left in my emergency fund. So I will need to put a plan in place on how to replenish this fund because I need it to be at least $1,000. All right, so let me just go back over to the budget worksheet and get into updating the numbers. All right, so let me finish with updating the income section. 782 was rolled over. Combined income was 3181.07, and the 1,500 was transferred from emergency fund. Okay, so rent was covered for $24.30.99. Water was covered $174.70. Security was covered for $77.32, and this $77.32 I did get back here, so I need to put this here as well. Yeah. For fuel, let me go over to the expense tracker, which I should have done before I started updating. So this is the expense tracker for the month, starting the month of August. So on the 4th, we did Costco groceries for $298.45. We also did fuel for $53.05. And on the 6th, there was emission testing for $18.62 that was not budgeted for. On the 6th, again, my Google subscription came out for $199, and that's the same subscription that I was wondering why my Apple, it keep coming up as Apple, but it's actually for my Google. I think I set the auto pay using my Apple wallet. Yes, I think that's what happened. So that's it. For prescription copay, that was $89.75, and my Microsoft subscription came out for $6.99. So I think both subscription is going to be equal to $8.98. That's what I calculated when I did budget. Yes, so $8.98. All right, so let's go over to the budget worksheet again so we can just input those. Fuel was $53.05. Groceries was $298.45, and prescription so far $89.75. Okay, so I budgeted for housing and general expense category $3,233 and a penny, and I actually spent $3,124.26 so far. All right, so moving along to the next category where there was some action, that's going to be the debt section of the budget worksheet. So car number 1 was paid as obligated. Car number 2 was paid as well. I budgeted for one credit card, my Ashley home credit card, for $30, and that was successful. Personal loan number 1 was successful as well. Personal loan number 2 was also successful. There was no extra debt payment. And subscription $8.98, that was on point. And the emission for my husband's vehicle that was not budgeted for $18.62. Okay, so for the debt category, the budgeted and actual is on point. Nothing was over, nothing was under. For miscellaneous, as you can see, I am over in that category by the $18.62 that we did not budgeted for the emission testing. All right, so there is $97.87 still left to be spent. That's for fuel right here, and which other line item, and for medical prescription. So I do know that we have another prescription to fill before we get paid again, so I'm hoping there will be enough to cover that, or if I can just push it over so that I am not over budget, that would be great. All right, so that's all the update that I have for my budget worksheet. And I also wanted to share some tips about managing your income, or managing your budget rather, when there is not enough money to cover. I know it can be stressful because I was at that point where I'm deciding to use the little money that I have in the emergency fund or rack up another credit card bill. And we did make the decision to use the money that we set aside, because that's what it's for. It's for financial shortfalls, it's for unexpected expenses. But because I know that I was so close to the amount that I wanted to keep at a minimum in the account, I didn't want to touch that amount. So I need to restart. I need to get a plan in place to recharge that account. Make sure that when you're using, or when you're tapping into your emergency fund, it's for genuine needs. It's for needs that you definitely have no other choice. And because we are on a debt-free journey, we don't want to be using the credit cards if we don't have to. Okay? Unexpected expenses that will cover stuff like car repairs or medical bills, or filling your prescription for your medication that you cannot do without, or for short-term income gaps like shortfalls, or anything that's going on for the very short term where you did not perceive for something like that to be happening. So those are my few little tips about when to use your emergency fund, and also for you to set a plan to replenish that fund. All right? And just in case you're probably wondering, if you are short when it comes to your regular paycheck and you're tapping into your emergency fund, where is it that you're going to be getting money to replenish your emergency fund? Because you're probably thinking next month you're going to be short again. So what I plan to do is to do an overall of my income and expenses to see what I can move around so I can have a better balance, and also try to find some ways to boost the income. I've been thinking about that, but I don't know how I'm going to do that, because I'm actually, right now, my plate is really full. Working a full-time job, doing full-time school, and all that. So I'm trying to see what I can fit in, how I can fit something in, so I can have some extra income coming in without even burning out myself too much, because it's a whole lot to be working full-time and studying full-time as well. I don't want to be pressuring myself, but my husband does do some overtime. It's not guaranteed, but the option is there from time to time. So I'm just leaving everything in God's hands, asking for his guidance as I go along, and just hoping for the best. And I do have faith that everything will be okay. So it's faith over fear. All right, so until the next video, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me. I hope that you found this video helpful. And if you do, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to hit that notification bell for more budgeting tips and updates. Please also leave me a comment about how you're budgeting, how you are strategizing, what do you do when you are shortfall. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.